1860s garden party here. We just have some games, the Victorian era. Any excuse to have a party is a good excuse. And so, beautiful weather outside today. We have some wonderful people out here with us. And we just have some refreshments, tea, lemonade, some cookies, and playing some games. So it looks like they're mostly playing croquet and what we call graces. Graces is these round hoops with two sticks. They toss to each other. It was considered more of a girls' game because it was to show how graceful they were while still having some fun. A little history behind the actual structure itself. It was built in the 1850s. It was originally located in the Brookshire area, but it was moved out here in the early 2000s. And it's here to represent the second generation of the family that originally ranched this land. And that generation is the Ryan generation. So the first generation out of the 12 children, their oldest daughter is very successful. And we tell her story out here. At 16, she inherits over 8,000 acres of land from a godfather. Then, when she marries her husband, they sign a prenuptial agreement first. And they make most of their money in the cattle industry. So the little cows that we have out here in the pastures, they're very cheap here in Texas. So the height of the cattle drive era, they would move them up north and could potentially make up to $80,000 for a good-sized average herd. And we tell that story at the house here. I think it's really important to understand history, and not just the major events that we learn in school, but how everyday people lived and how it really closely relates to how we still live today in our own lives. We have a very strong core of teen volunteers. We call them the Grits, the George Ranch Interpretive Teens. And I absolutely love working with those kids. They are very dedicated. They spend the hottest part of the year coming out here almost every day, helping us tell our story and show how people lived during that time period. And it's great because they are still kids and they do exactly what a child would do during that time period. Appreciation for what our ancestors had and what they worked towards to give us, how the world has changed, and hopefully an appreciation for some of the little modern conveniences like air conditioning that we have now today. I just have to say that I am so grateful for all the volunteers that we have. Again, we could not do this without our volunteers. And then I hope everyone has a chance to come out, live a little bit of history.